Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the weekly Buddhist news in English on PHUC online channel. On this occasion of the first week of the new year 2021, we wish you all good health, happiness, and prosperity. Following are the headlines of major Buddhist news of the week. BINH, opening of dialogue on mission of Dharma enactment in new era, and meeting of monastic graduates of lecturer training courses. Hanoi, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha meets the Deputy Ambassador of the Republic of India in Vietnam and the Director of SWAMI VIVEKANANDA Center. Ho Chi Minh City, press conference to release the documentary film BARDO, Miracles of Life and Death. Mendicant Order SECT performs Buddhist Affairs pilgrimage in 2020. PHUC, 174 Buddhist practitioners ordained at PHUC Ordination SIMA in Buddhist year 2564, Solar Calendar 2020. Da Nang, solemn worship for PNEUMA of Buddha AMITABHA at HIธ์ Pagoda. Ho Chi Minh City, QUANG Monastery held the opening ceremony for the retreat, Night Lotuses to the Buddha. And the following are the news in details. On the morning of December 26, 2020, at the Buddhist Culture and Conference Center, BINH Province, the meeting of the monks and nuns who graduated the training courses from Course 1 to Course 9 of Dharma preachers solemnly took place for participation in the dialogue on mission of Dharma enactment in the new era, initiated by the Central Propagation Section of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha.
Demonstrating and attending the dialogue were religious dignitaries of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, together with monks and nuns and representatives of the local government. Opening the dialogue, Most Venerable Thích Bảo Nghiêm, head of the Central Dharma Enactment Section, head of the organizing committee of the dialogue, said, "This year's dialogue is entitled Mission of Dharma Enactment in the New Era, with the desire to connect monks and nuns who have graduated the training courses of Dharma preachers to actively participate in Dharma preaching and planning human resources for a number of projects, especially promoting the effective project of Dharma preaching online." Mr. Trần Đức Thịnh, Deputy Director of Department of Home Affairs, Head of Religious Department of BINH Province, also made additional expertise inputs. Over the past years, Buddhist activities of the Dharma section of BINH Province have achieved certain results. In 2020, there are many difficulties due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic and floods in the central region, so the preaching has been carried out online to encourage Buddhists to actively prevent the epidemics and participate in social charity work. It was a good contribution to repel the epidemic and alleviate the suffering of people in the central region. On this occasion, the Provincial People's Committee decided to award certificates of merit to the Most Venerable Thích Huệ Thông and Most Venerable Thích Thiện Duyên for positive contributions to the development of the Dharma enactment section. To follow the dialogue agenda, Venerable Thích Minh Nhẫn summarized the program report, the contents of the meeting, and the dialogue itself. In his blessing words, Most Venerable Thích Thiện Duyên highly appreciated the achievements of the Dharma enactment section, especially the development of online information and television channels to be able to listen to the Dharma talk on mobile audio-visual devices. This event aims to create an awareness of the role and impact of technology on the effectiveness of Dharma preaching, sharing the same viewpoint to find solutions for suitable propagation development in the new circumstances.
On 24th December 2020, Mr. Subhash B. Gupta, Deputy Ambassador, together with Dr. G.B. Harisha, President of SWAMI VIVEKANANDA Cultural Center, had a meeting with the Cultural Vietnam Buddhist Sangha at Quang Pagoda, Hanoi City.
The delegation were welcomed by Venerable Thích Đức Thiện, Vice President General Secretary, Japan Sub-Central Department for Foreign Buddhist Affairs, together with Buddhist dignitaries of the Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. At the meeting, Mr. Suhapa Gupta and Director of SWAMI VIVEKANANDA Cultural Center sent a compliment to Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. In this occasion, he hoped VBS will have the potential detailed plan for cultural expansion between India and VBS in the near future, in order to promote the relationship between Vietnam and India through Buddhism. Mr. Subhapi Gupta and Dr. G.B. Harisa expect to organize the collaborations on both translation, teaching English for children, establish children and youth clubs, cultural exchange, painting, sculpture, etc., with special emphasis on the nation, people, cultures of Indian Buddhism, what known as Vietnam A Square in the Southeast Asia. On behalf of VBS, Venerable Thích Đức Thiện welcomed the comprehensive cooperation with India, one of the only cultures in the world, especially the Buddhist culture. The cooperations on the image of the country and peoples of India and Vietnam will be performed by AMITABHA TV channels in Vietnam to promote the ever-increasing friendship between the two countries.
On the morning of December 30th, 2020, the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, in collaboration with AMITABHA TV channel, held a press conference at Office 2, Central Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, to launch the documentary film BARDO, The Miracles of Life and Death.
In witness of participation, it was honored to have Most Venerable Thích Thiện Pháp, Permanent Vice Chairman, Head of Monks Affairs Section, Venerable Thích Thiện Thống, Vice Chairman of the Administrative Council, Venerable Thích Đức Thiện, Vice Chairman of the Administrative Council, General Secretary, Most Venerable Thích Huệ Thông, Vice Secretary General, Chief Officer No. 2 of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, Venerable Thích PHUC Nguyen, Senior Member of the Administrative Council, Deputy Chief of Office No. 2, Venerable Thích MINH, Member of the Administrative Council, Deputy Editor-in-Chief of Buddhist Culture Magazine, Co-Editor-in-Chief of PHUC Online Channel, together with monks and nuns and media reporter among many attendees. Opening the press conference, Venerable Thích Đức Thiện briefed on the film and said that it was an innovation of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha to convey the message of the meaning of life to the masses. The film was produced in September 2020, directed by people artist Nguyễn Hoàng Lâm, following the script written by Venerable Thích Đức Thiện, PhD in Buddhism study. Real stories are recaptured, appearing with real-life characters that have had moments of entering death, going beyond the death, and thanks to the magical energies, to have returned to life through the explanation of the monks who have experienced spiritual relief in their ascetic practice. The life-death circle is explained under the Buddhist philosophy. Accordingly, the life has four phases: life, current existence, death, and rebirth. The drama film has 5 episodes and will be shown on the VIET-ON application from January 5, 2021 at 8:30 p.m. and air every Tuesday. After that, the film will be broadcast on AMITABHA TV channel in a time frame of documentary films to spread the enlightenment of Buddhism more widely to the public.
From 15 to 24 of December 2020, the third congregation of the Buddhist MENDICANT sect had an annual program of Buddhist activities for 10 days at the friaries managed by the congregation.
This is the tours of the Buddhist mendicants of the third congregation ordered to the nunneries in the central provinces of the congregation's operation and management system for the purpose of visiting, inspecting, guiding and reviewing to control and create and support Buddhist activities of monks and nuns in the sectoral residence. Participating in the pilgrimage, there were Venerable Monk Secretary Clarkridge and monks of the congregation 3. During the past 10 days, the delegation visited monastics in 8 provinces: Khánh Hòa, Phú Yên, Bình Định, Gia Lai, Kon Tum, Đắk Lắk, Đắk Nông, and Lâm Đồng. This year, annual activities of the congregation 3 MENDICANT sect in Buddhist affairs. The monks and nuns in delegation encourage the local people and share Dharma talk to the masses, and encourage the monks and nuns to improve their skill to guide Buddhists in their ascetic practice to help the Buddha Dharma endure. On December 24, 2020, the pilgrimage cream arrived at Ngọc Đà Theory, Lâm Đồng Province to pay homage to the Buddha and to the ancestor patriarch Minh Đăng Quang, and at the same time include the pilgrimage.
With the permission of the Administrative Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, the People's Committee of PHUC, the Permanent Board of the PHUC Provincial Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, solemnly held the opening ceremony of the Great Ordination SIMA in PHUC to precede the ordination for 174 Buddhist practitioners at HIธ์Pagoda, PHUC Province on December 22nd to 24th, 2020.
Venerable Thích Tâm Vượng, Vice Member of the Organizing Board of the Great Ordination SIMA, acknowledged, "It is a good news about the increased number of ordained Buddhist practitioners in 2020. This affirmed the achievements of Buddhism, fully certified in Vĩnh Phúc Great Ordination SIMA." The Council of the 10 monastic examiners includes Most Venerable Thích Thanh Nhiễu, taking the throne of Venerable the First, Most Venerable Thích Bảo Nghiêm in the throne of Acharya Karma Master Teacher, Most Venerable Thích Quảng Tùng, Acharya Teacher, and other reverend monks of the Sangha. The Nuns' Council has Master Nun Thích Đàm Nghiêm, taking the throne of Venerable the First, Master Nun Thích Đàm Thành, taking the throne of Acharya Karma Master Teacher, Master Nun Thích Đàm Tịnh, taking the throne of Acharya Teacher, with other 7 witnessing monks. After performing the rite of Dharma precepts, Most Venerable Thích Thanh Nhiễu, Venerable the First, encouraged the newly ordained novices to make great efforts to study and cultivate the precepts, virtue, Dharma, wisdom, bringing of the Tathagata Dharma preaching to everywhere. The Vĩnh Phúc Ordination SIMA has been performed ritually in accordance with the rite. The venerable monks of the Buddhist Precept Examiner Council witnessed the ordination, consecrated with Buddha incense, and worshipped the patriarchs. The attendant ashrams have been solemnly organizing the rite in accordance with the traditional Northern formality. On the evening of the 23rd of December 2020, the ordained disciples listened to the precepts of Venerable Thích Thanh Lâm to understand the importance of the precepts for the monastic life and religious encouragement, about the desire to consecration toward enlightenment to save the world and human life.
On the occasion of Buddha Amitabha's Day, November 17 in lunar calendar, the Master Nun Abbot of HIธ์Pagoda, Da Nang City, lit candles to show gratitude to the Buddhas for bringing the light of Dharma to mankind. At the same time, it was the prayer for nation's peace, the eradication of evil disasters, the elimination of epidemic disease, the prosperous country, and for the everlasting Dharma.
In witness, it was honored to have Venerable Thích Huệ Chấn, head of the Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha of Hòa Vang District, Directors of Da Nang Buddhism Study Intermediate School, Master Nun Thích Nữ Hạnh Tâm, Abbess of HIธ์Pagoda, and the nuns at the pagoda, and numerous Buddhists. The year 2020 ends with many difficulties due to global shadows epidemic, the local storm and flood in the central region. But with the compassionate spirits of the Buddhists, despite the old age and weakness, the Master Nun Thích Nữ Hạnh Tâm still guide the nuns and Buddhists in their ascetic practice and perform many charity works to help their disadvantaged lives, such as drawing wells for the mountain people, supporting poor patients, and the visually impaired people with a total amount of more than 4 billion Vietnam dong. Taking the total offering and donation into account for only the history flood in the central region, HIธ์Pagoda has made many volunteer trips to the people of Quảng Bình, Quảng Trị, Thừa Thiên Huế, Quảng Nam, and Quảng Ngãi provinces, with total donated monies of 1.8 billion Vietnam dong. HIธ์Pagoda has been a bright spot in the social charity performance of Da Nang Buddhism for many years, with the annual amount of 3 to 4 billion Vietnam dong offered for charity.
On the afternoon of 22nd December 2020, Phổ Quang Monastery has held the opening ceremony of the retreat, Night Lotuses offering to the Buddha, batch 16, with nearly 300 participants.
The ceremony will approve and welcome the arrival of Most Venerable Thích Thanh Hùng, the abbot of Phổ Quang Monastery, Venerable Thích Phước Nghiêm, member of the Administrative Council of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, standing deputy chairman of Central Department for Buddhist Laity Affairs, together with venerable monks at Phổ Quang Monastery and Buddhists who participate in the retreat. From 2005 up to now, the retreat Night Lotus offering the Buddha has been held consistently every year at Phổ Quang Temple, and this is the batch 16. The retreat lasts for 9 days, corresponding to Night Lotus offering the Buddha. In the retreat, a part of the chanting, Buddha's name recitation, meditation, and the Buddhists also listen to the Dharma talk. Dharma discussion, which are guided by the venerable monks and nuns from the Central Department of Laity Buddhist Affairs and Central Department of Dharma Propagation. The ceremony was ended by the address speech from Most Venerable Thích Thanh Hùng. He has emphasized that the 69 lotuses offering to the Buddha retreat is organized for us to earn our merit through the participation best practice in order to offer to AMITABHA Buddha. In addition, Most Venerable encourages and emphasizes that the participants always try to put in the most effort in learning and practicing during the retreat to gain the good result at the end, then forward a happy, peaceful, and successful life.
Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news has started off this weekly newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PSO TV channel. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.